They can pull very heavy loads. One day, Henry and Hero went to fill up their tenders with coal.
Nearly done, Henry.
I hope there's enough coal left for me. We've got lots of heavy trucks to pick up.
Don't worry, Henry. There will be.
Henry and Hero picked up their very heavy load from Farquhar Quarry. Then they hurried to the docks where they were needed right away. But as they made their way across the island, the steam from Hero's funnel began to look very dirty.
Hero! Hero! There's dark smoke coming from your funnel!
And from yours, Henry.
I wonder what's wrong.
Just then, Duck rolled past pulling some empty coal trucks.
Oh dear. Looks like you two got some of the bad coal that arrived today.
Bad coal?
I've been sent to get some fresh coal to replace it.
Maybe we should wait until the fresh coal is ready.
No, Henry. We can still run on this coal. We still have steam. We have to keep on puffing, Henry. We need to be really useful engines.
Henry wanted to be a really useful engine, but he was very worried about the bad coal.
I'm sorry, Hero, but I'm going to go back to the sheds until the good clean coal gets here.
So Henry left Hero with all the trucks and went back to the sheds. Hero was determined to keep going. Only now he didn't have Henry to help him.
Oh, dear. There are too many trucks for me to pull on my own.
Then Hero had an idea.
I can take half the trucks on my own and come back for the others later.
Half of Hero's trucks were uncoupled and left on a siding. As Hero puffed along the tracks, his steam was smokier than ever.
Yuck! What a horrible smell!
Sorry, Gordon. I think I had some bad coal.
Then perhaps you should have your firebox cleaned out.
No time for that, Gordon. I have an important delivery.
Hero puffed on, determined to get his job done. But as he headed for the docks, a strange noise was coming from his firebox.
Oh, no! I'm clinking and clunking now.
What a racket! You sound like you've got your coupling rods in a twist.
No time to talk, Thomas. I have more trucks to collect.
Everywhere Hero went, people looked at him and wondered what the noise was and what the smell was. Hero was determined. He picked up the rest of his trucks and rushed back to the docks. At last, Hero arrived at the docks. He had delivered all of the trucks. But then the Fat Controller arrived.
Ah, Hero, there you are. I need you to collect some iron girders from the smelter's yard for this ship. They will be very heavy, so you'll need Henry to be your back engine.
Yes, sir. But
what, Hero? You need to get back quickly. The ship leaves at 4.
Hero knew he needed to get his firebox cleaned, but he couldn't say no to the Fat Controller.
yes, sir.
But Hero, why is your steam so dark and smoky?
Hero just kept on puffing and clunking and clanking all the way to Tidmouth's sheds.
Henry, I have taken all the trucks from the quarry, but I need you to help me now.
You were able to take all the trucks, even with your bad coal?
It wasn't easy, Harry, but sometimes you have to keep on puffing.
Well, I did want to wait for the good clean coal to arrive, But if you can keep on puffing, Hero, maybe I can keep on puffing too.
So Hero and Henry set off to the smelter's yard. Hero and Henry collected the flatbeds loaded with heavy iron girders. Hero pulled and Henry pushed.
These are very heavy flatbeds, Hero.
Keep puffing, Henry. We must get to the docks before the ship leaves.
Henry and Hero puffed and chuffed. But now, Henry's firebox started to make some strange noises too.
My firebox is making lots of noise, Hero. Maybe we should go and see if the new coal has arrived yet.
No, Henry. We don't have time. The ship leaves at 4.
Then, as Hero and Henry puffed up Gordon's Hill, there was a very strange noise. But it wasn't Henry that stopped puffing. It was Hero.
Hero, why have you stopped?
My firebox is blocked. I've broken down. I'm sorry, Henry. You were right. We should have tried to get the new coal. Now we will never get to the docks on time.
Don't worry, Hero. You taught me to keep on puffing. So that is what I'm going to do.
Henry puffed as hard as he could, and slowly they started to move up the hill. Henry was pushing all the flatbeds, and Hero as well.
Well done, Henry! Keep on puffing!
Henry clunked and clanked and clattered and rattled. His wheels were wobbly and his axles ached, but he kept on puffing. The dock workers cheered for Henry when they saw him shunting Hero and the flatbed. Then the Fat Controller came to see the engines.
Well done! You got here just in time, Hero. And you managed to keep on puffing, even with a very heavy load and bad coal.
Thank you, sir. I couldn't have done it without Henry. He kept puffing even after I broke down.
Yes, but Hero, you were the one who taught me to keep on puffing, no matter what. Well then, it's well done to both of you. Now you must both go to the steamworks to be repaired.
Henry and Hero soon had their fireboxes cleaned out. They had some fresh new coal. They were happy to be getting back to work.
Hero, you were right. Sometimes you can keep puffing, even with bad coal.
But it's much nicer with good, clean coal.
So let's be really useful and get puffing again.
The island of Sodor is surrounded by beautiful blue sea. It has fields of green and sandy yellow beaches. There are rivers, streams and lots of trees where the birds sing. There are windmills and a coal mine and docks where visitors to the island arrive. The island also has lots and lots of railway lines. Who's that puffing down the track? It's Thomas. Hello, Thomas. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the island of Sodor. Gordon is big and blue and the fastest engine on all of Sodor. He loves pulling the express. Gordon thinks it makes him the most important engine on the island. One day, Gordon was pulling the express out of Brendam Docks. But Diesel was on the same line. "Out of my way," sniffed Gordon. "Express train coming through." Diesel had to back off. This made him cross. "You steamies are old and clapped out," he sneered. "When the Fat Controller realises this, you'll all be scrapped." "Scrapped?" scoffed Gordon. "Pah, I'm as fast as I ever was." And he chuffed proudly out of the docks. Gordon was speeding through the beautiful countryside. He was having a wonderful day. But then he heard a horrible squeaking noise. Gordon was upset. Squeaking could only mean one thing. Something was wrong. What if Diesel's right? He thought. What if the Fat Controller scraps me? Gordon squeaked sadly up the hill. The hill was steep and Gordon had to slow down. The slower he went, the quieter the squeak became. Gordon was delighted. "Aha!" he said. "If I go slowly, no one will hear me squeak." And he chuffed slowly back to Tidmouth's sheds. That evening, the Fat Controller came to see Gordon. "Tomorrow is a very special day," he said. "I am taking some village children on a boat trip. You, Gordon, are to take us to Brendam Docks. The boat leaves at 9 o'clock, so you must not be late." The next morning, Gordon waited for everyone to go. Then he puffed slowly away so no one would hear his squeak. Once out of the sheds, he started to pick up speed. His pistons pumped and his wheels spun, and he began to squeak again. "Oh my!" said Gordon. Then he heard something even worse. It was a rattle. "Oh dear," he cried. "Diesel was right. I am falling apart. What will the Fat Controller say?" So Gordon slowed down. Gordon crawled slowly into the station to collect the children. Gordon's boiler sank. If he went slowly, the children would miss their boat trip. But if he went quickly, the Fat Controller would hear his squeak and his rattle. He'd know Gordon was wearing out and send him to the scrapyard. With the children safely on board, Gordon pulled slowly out of the station. Gordon chuffed slowly through the countryside. He thought things were going well. But the Fat Controller was very cross. He spoke sternly to Gordon. "What are you playing at, Gordon?" he boomed. "You must go quickly or the children will miss the boat, and that will never do." "Yes, sir," said Gordon sadly. "Remember," added the Fat Controller, "you are the fastest engine on the island." This made Gordon feel proud. "This might be my last trip," he said, "but I'll get the children to their boat on time." His wheels turned faster, his pistons pumped harder. Must be on time, he pumped. Soon he began to squeak. and rattled too. Then he heard another noise. A knocking noise. But Gordon didn't care. If this was his last trip, he was going to go as fast as he possibly could. Gordon squeaked and rattled and knocked all the way to Brendam Docks. Salty and Henry were surprised. They had never heard an engine make such awful noises.
Sounds like another steamy ready for the scrapyard,
sneered Diesel. But Gordon didn't care about Diesel. He had made good time and the children would catch their boat. I made it, he cried proudly. Thank you, Gordon, shouted the children happily. I knew you could do it, said the Fat Controller, but why haven't you been to the repair yard? The repair yard? Gasped Gordon. You have been making lots of noises, said the Fat Controller. You need to have your engine looked at. So you're not going to scrap me? Asked Gordon. Scrap Gordon, boomed the Fat Controller. The fastest engine on Sodor. Who would pull the express? Gordon beamed with pride. Gordon spent the next day having his pistons polished, his axles greased and his wheels well and truly oiled. At last he didn't make any more funny noises. Gordon was as good as new. And he felt even better.
Quarry is a loud and lively place, full of big booming machines and explosive blasts. It was nearly the end of the day, but the narrow gauge engines of the quarry were still working hard.
Going down! Next stop, the very bottom.
Race you to the crushing shed, Luke. Whoever gets down first gets to take the first load of gravel. You're on.
What was that?
I'm not sure. It just ran out in front of me.
It was a deer.
That's right. Oh, and a young'un too, by the look of it.
Well, whatever it was, it doesn't belong down here in the quarry. It gave me a fright.
You were frightened of a small animal?
It leapt out of nowhere.
Come on, everybody. It's time to wind things down. This will be the last load of the day.
Oh.
Don't worry, Luke. There's plenty more to do tomorrow. All this gravel needs to be taken up to Ulfstead Castle. We should all go and get a good night's rest.
All the busy engines and noisy machinery at the Blue Mountain Quarry settled down for the night. But young Luke was excited about the busy day ahead. He didn't feel sleepy at all. which was why Luke was the only one to see.
The deer! Hey, come back. I won't hurt you. Hello, little fella.
Luke was sad to see the young deer go, but he was very glad to have seen him up close. He didn't expect to see the deer again. So the next day, Luke was surprised to find his new friend was still around.
Good morning, friend.
Morning, Luke.
Shh, Rheneas. Don't frighten my new friend.
Honestly, Luke, the quarry is no place for an animal.
Nonsense. I'm sure that once he meets everyone and sees how great it is here in the quarry, he'll love it just as much as I do.
Well, I don't think that's being really useful.
But Luke felt sure he could look after his new friend and still be really useful. Luke puffed as quietly as he could, but every loud noise from the work in the quarry made the young deer cower and crouch further down inside Luke's camp. Until...
Oh!
The deer scampered away once more.
Come back, little friend.
I like your new friend, Luke. He's fun. Where are you, friend? Going down.
Phew.
I'm not sure the quarry is the right place for him. I think it might be a bit too noisy.
You're right, Owen. There's only one thing for it. We're all going to have to work more quietly.
Oh dear.
The other engines were happy when they saw Luke and his new friend back together again. They wanted to help, so they all moved slowly and steadily, lifting heavy stones and shifting dusty gravel, without making any loud noises. Until Peter Sam was trying so hard to work quietly that he wasn't watching where he was going. And then there was trouble.
Sorry, Luke, but there's no way we can do our jobs properly if we're trying to be quiet.
He's right, I'm afraid.
It's harder to work slowly and quietly than it is to work quickly and noisily.
But what about my friend?
Face it, Luke. You can't be really useful and look after your friend. That deer does not belong here.
He does belong here. It just takes a little while to fit in. That's all. He'll soon get used to it. Just like I did.
Luke, why don't you take this load of gravel to the castle? Your new friend might enjoy the journey through the park.
And taking the gravel will be really useful.
So Luke was hooked up to Skarloey's loaded wagons of gravel. Luke found his new friend, and together they set off, slowly, on the narrow gauge line to Ulfstead Castle. The park around the castle was very different to the Blue Mountain Quarry. The air was clear and fresh. The colors were bright and cheerful. But most of all, it was
so quiet.
The young deer loved it. The further away from the quarry Luke chuffed, the happier the deer seemed to be.
Oh, look, friend. That animal looks just like you. Hey, come back. Oh, I see. That's okay, friend. Off you go.
Luke was sad to say goodbye to his new friend, but he knew that the deer would be much happier here.
Look who's here. Welcome back. But where's your friend?
Where he really belongs. In the park at Ulfstead Castle.
Well done, Luke. You know, you can always go back and visit him with the next load of gravel. So, you'd better get that stone moved up to the gravel crusher.
Right away, Skarloey.
Luke was happy that his new friend found a better place to live. And he was happy to be back with his old friends in the Blue Mountain Quarry, making lots of noise and being really useful.
Play. It's a busy day at Brendam Docks. Thomas and his friends have many deliveries to make. Percy must deliver the cow to Farmer McCall's farm. Help Cranky find the cow. Wait a minute. We're looking for a different one. Help Cranky find the cow. Hold on. We're looking for something else. Help Cranky find the cow. Pick another one. Show Cranky where. There you go. Let's lift and load. Now the cargo must be loaded. Show Cranky where. There you go. Percy pumped his pistons and puffed out of the docks. Suddenly, Percy had to stop. He needed to go a different way. Find the track that goes nearest to the smallest rock. Let's go! Percy puffed proudly into Farmer McCall's farm. With your help, he was right on time. Play again. It's a busy day at Brendam Docks. Thomas and his friends have many deliveries to make. Thomas must deliver the oil drums to the Sodor Search and Rescue Centre. Show Cranky what... That's it! Let's lift and load. Now the cargo must be loaded. Help, that's it! Thomas pumped his pistons and puffed out of the docks. Suddenly, Thomas had to stop because of track repairs. He needed to go a different way. Help Thomas find the track that goes nearest to the smallest haystack. Thomas was on the wrong track. He would have to go another way. Show Thomas the track that goes nearest to the smallest haystack. Full steam ahead! Thomas puffed proudly into the Sodor Search and Rescue Centre. With your help, he was right on time. Play again. It's a busy day at Brendam Docks. Thomas and his friends have many deliveries to make. James must deliver the crates of apples to Knapford Station. Show Cranky where the crates of apples are. You found them! Let's lift and load. Now the cargo must be loaded. Show Cranky where the black flatbed with the... Pick another one. Help Cranky find the black... You found it! James went through the countryside. Suddenly, James had to stop. He needed to go a different way. Show James the track that goes nearest to the smallest haystack. James was on the wrong track. He would have to go another way. Find the track that goes nearest to the smallest haystack. James was on the wrong track. He would have to go another way. Find the track that goes nearest to the smallest haystack. All clear. James puffed proudly into Knapford Station. With your help, he was right on time. Play again. It's a busy day at Brendam Docks. Thomas and his friends have many deliveries to make. Diesel must deliver the very long crate to Knapford Station. Show Cranky where the very long crate is. That's not the right one. Help Cranky find the very long crate. Oops. Show Cranky where the very... You found it! Let's lift and load. Now the cargo must be loaded. Help Cranky find the red... Oops. Show Cranky where the red flatbed with... Pick another one. Help Cranky find the red flat... Pick another one. Show Cranky where the... Hold on. We're looking for something else. You found it! Diesel went through the countryside. Suddenly, Diesel had to stop because of track repairs. He would have to go another way. Find the track that goes over the bridge. Diesel was on the wrong track. He would have to go another way. Find the track that goes over the bridge. Let's go! Diesel arrived proudly at Knapford Station. With your help, he was right on time. Play again. It's a busy day at Brendam Docks. Thomas and his friends have many deliveries to make. Den must deliver the ducks to Farmer McCall's farm. Show Cranky where the ducks are. That's not what we're looking for. Show Cranky where. There you go. Let's lift and load. Now the cargo must be loaded. Help Cranky find the orange flatbed with a blue X. You found it! Den went through the countryside. Suddenly, Den had to stop because of a broken signal. He needed to go a different way. help Den find the track that goes through the tunnel. Let's go! Den arrived proudly at Farmer McColl's farm. With your help, he was a really useful engine.